Video is going to show you guys on how to properly fill out your forms, what these forms are, and how to get your client to sign them. So the first part of it is going to be the massage portion, or the massage side of getting your forms filled out correctly, so you don't have any problems with your boss or your client in the future. So your first form is your massage intake form. So your massage intake form is vital. It is crucial. My first couple of years, I never thought this was ever going to be a real problem for me until I got a complaint, until I got a serious complaint. So, not to go to too much detail, but basically it was something to where it could have taken my license away forever. It was a sexual assault complaint. So this client filled out an intake form, luckily for me, because on this form it said where you can touch, where you can't touch, the medical history, if you have any ailments, if I had a dislocated shoulder and I didn't put it on here, or actually if the client did put it on here and then I failed to look at it and I dislocate the shoulder even further, or break their arm, or do something crazy where it tears ligaments and tendons, then yes, that's my fault because I didn't read this. And a lot of therapists do not read their S.O.A.P notes. This is going to get you screwed. I'm trying not to curse too much, It's going to get you messed up. Take it from me, a veteran massage therapist for 13 years, you do not want any problems. My problem, she pretty much X'd where she didn't want to be touched. So the area that she didn't want to be touched was her gluteal area, which is the butt. Of course, we all know this, right? So the gluteal or gluteus maximus, that area in the region, I said, okay. I went over it with her. Hey, I see here you've marked here and here. You don't want your gluteal area worked on. You definitely don't want the lower hip section worked on as well, like from your back, like from your sacrum. And you have to explain to your clients what a sacrum is, what a glute is, what a coccyx is. You know what I mean? So when they're Xing out certain things, you have to tell them, okay, the whole lower area, or you're just talking about the upper back area, you don't want worked on because you had an injury. So for my client, we went over everything. She was fine. But what got me into hot water was when you're massaging somebody and they say, okay, yes, it's okay to touch my butt, or it's okay to touch the inner thigh. Your inner thigh can actually mean something totally different to your client. So I got in trouble for touching right where your kneecap is. She pretty much said it was sexual in nature. She talked to my manager, my boss. We're all in this one little small office, which which massage place I'm talking about. And she describes, I wasn't even supposed to be in the room, but she didn't mind. She said, no, he can sit in the room. I just want to point out to him where, he touched me. So it was right in the middle of the thigh, right where, your kneecap almost ends or begins, depending on which angle, if you're inferior or superior. So it didn't even go nowhere near the groin area, because my boss even asked, did he touch you here? Did he go here from your chart, explaining to where you didn't want him to touch? She said no, it was just right above here, and I felt that it was sexual in nature. Did it go anywhere? No. But if she wanted to sue me, I would sweat bullets. If she wanted to take me to court, and what is the jury going to believe? Are they going to believe me, a highly skilled professional? Most likely not. They're not. I'm a male for one. I'm a black male for two. And number three, I work at a place where it's kind of known for craziness. Sometimes your establishment can actually set you up, because sometimes where some places actually do give a happy ending, or they do cater to certain clients to where they might have something in the room they didn't mean for it to happen, but it happens, and they tell their girlfriends, and then their girlfriends get serviced. So now they have an actual reputation for extra services, and you know what I mean. So My saving grace was her actually pointing out, yeah, it was just here. I told him not to touch here, and my boss even asked, well, did he touch here? She said no. So I was free and clear right from there, just from her saying no and pointing out on this sheet. Because if the police get called, yeah, they're gonna ask her the same questions. Can you show us? Can you tell us? How, was it hard? Was it soft? Was it? They're gonna ask 1,000,001 questions. So these soap notes are vital to your career. We as massage therapists are one complaint away from anybody taking your license away. It could be a valid complaint or a bullshit complaint. Either way, your license can be suspended until your massage board, and we all know our massage boards in the state of, I'm not going to say the states because I don't want to get into too much hot water, but we all know they run very, very, very slow. And they don't care anything about you. These board members are people who aren't even massage therapists. They might have 2 of them that are representing the massage therapy board, but the other, if it's out of 6 members, 2 of them are therapists, the other 4 are just directors of Department of Health or something to where their expertise has something to kind of do with hygiene, health, which massage therapy falls under. They do not have to be massage therapists to take your license. They could just be an asshole or a fucked up person who never been liked, got fucked up in school, beat up in school, whatever the case was. They ugly, they wish they were a massage therapist, they wish they were going through something that you're going through. You get to go to work and massage people, and people like you. Their job is to take all of your likes away. It's like almost somebody going on Facebook and just saying, oh, I'm taking all your likes, I'm now gonna give you dislikes or some shit. That's their job. I can't tell you how much this helps. If I didn't have, and then at the bottom, the place that I worked for, the one good thing about working for them is at the bottom they had a comment section. So right after clients would get out of their massage session, they had the opportunity, and they give them like maybe 5 more minutes extra or $5 off the next session if they completed these comment section, which is a great thing, and it should happen for every massage place. So the comment section says, and it's 5 questions. Did your massage therapist attend to your needs? Did they offer you a facial pillow for your eyes because the room's lighting is a little bit bright so you can sleep? Did they offer you some water? Did they walk you back to the waiting area? Was the music too loud? Did they, you know, so there's questions go on and on, but mainly it's just 5 quick questions. It used to be like 10. And then the very last question is always going to ask you, did you enjoy your service? And what can we do to change? She said that massage was outstanding. It was great. I like his pressure. I like his technique. It was different. Went on and on. Sung praises on my form. But still went up to the front and complained. It's the weirdest thing in massage therapy. People will complain about sexual this and that, or the room is cold, so give me a free massage. And they get it. They get it. I've worked for several places, and I do mean several, where the bosses, it's their job to calm the client down, to give them free whatever, to massage their ego, and to get them back in the door because they have a quota. And any massage manager who tells you they don't have a quota is full of shit. They all have a quota, and they are all hounded by the corporate office, the upstairs people, the people who sit on high in the ivory tower or whatever the fuck they sit at. They're pushing their buttons, and guess what? If they say jump, yeah, damn sure they gonna say how high. And you could be right or you could be wrong. It really doesn't matter, because the client is always going to be right. It is true. Will your clinic have your back? Fuck no. There's rarely ever going to be, because they have to worry about their job. If they back you and somehow that complaint is actually valid, they'll lose their job backing you because you lied. So for me, on my comment section, rave reviews. Rave reviews. It's almost like how you go on Yelp sometimes, or any like Craig's or Angie's List or whatever, you know, reputable place you can go to and write a quick, accurate review. You'll have like 4 stars or 3 stars. I think some places that have 3 stars, and I've been there, and it's definitely 10 stars to me. and other people. I'm not the only one, but they'll give it 3 stars, but then sing their praises in the comment section. They'll say, oh, this was the greatest experience. Me and my wife, we did this, we did that. They catered to our needs, but I just didn't feel to give it a 4 or a 5 because they didn't give me a refund or all my money back or some stupid shit. You know what I mean? It's something small, but you just gave all these great reasons why somebody should come. But you gave 3 stars, even 4 stars is slapping face. I mean, if you saying it's this and that, why not give it all 5 stars? You even said your therapist is great, the front desk staff was great, the heating, the lighting, the ambiance, everything was on point. They offered me wine and beer and shit before I even went in. Even let me smoke a J before I came. You know, it's weird places they have that now. So your complaints can be voided just by filling this out and having them fill it out as well after the massage. Because somebody comes into my office, if I'm the boss and somebody says, hey, I got sexually assaulted by Jessica or Craig, and you fill this out, and I'm gonna read to them like, well, ma'am, you put here, or sir, the massage was great. The room was, room temperature. You weren't cold. They attended to all your needs. They didn't massage the areas that you marked off X, and you gave them a tip. And that's another thing for my client. She gave me a $10 tip. $10 tips, yes, it's very low, but why would you tip somebody if you've been assaulted? If you've been in a terrible massage, I want my money back for one. And if it's that bad, and if I feel like I'm assaulted, I'm gonna whoop your ass right then and there. It's not gonna be no, oh, I'll call the police 2 weeks later. It's not gonna be no, oh, manager, I want free massages. If it's that fucking bad, seriously, if it's that effing bad, you're not gonna be in the same room. You're not gonna tip anybody. Not even 1 cent for what? Oh, here's 1 cent for putting your fingers up in my ass. Who does that? But people do. That's why you need this massage intake form. So the intake form, like I said, is just a medical history, their name, numbers, address, everything. You need to have them fill everything out, because they can say, well, no, that's not my name, that was my cousin or whatever, to get out of stuff. Because guess what? If you can prove them wrong on a form and they do try to take you to court or try to sue you, if my client had tried to sue me, it would go nowhere. She has to go to court, raise her right hand, I promise or swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, all that good stuff. Because if she gets caught purging herself on the stand, she has to face 5 years in prison, or up to 5 years. I think it's 3 to 5. 2 with good behavior. No one's gonna risk that. So you need the CYA all day. Cover your own ass all day, every day. This is not a game. I used to think it was a game my first couple of years. Sometimes I didn't even look at the soap notes. Sometimes I didn't even write in, this person is crazy, they asked for this in the room. I thought it was flattering to me, seriously, as a massage therapist, as a male, because it's not like I can walk down the street and some girl said, oh man, can I get a happy ending? That's never gonna happen. I'm serious. I don't even care who you are. You got to build up to that. You got to go wine and dine, go out to eat and stuff. Then you may get lucky. But no, in a massage setting, you could be the most faithful woman. You just had a breakup or a bad fight, and now you want something done to you because you haven't gotten any in a while, or you haven't been touched. There are a lot of lonely people out here. Even if they're in a relationship, does not mean they're not lonely. They want what they want. Males, definitely. If you are a female therapist, you're going to get hit on all the time. You need to be putting in your notes, this client made a move, nothing that's going to get them in serious trouble. I mean, everybody's going to like you because, yeah, you probably are gorgeous, you're fine, you have a good connection, good, charisma about you. Like, there's a way about you. So I wouldn't just put on here, this guy, I don't like him, he was a creeper, and I just want to get him in trouble, I'm gonna call the cops. No, just put in there, hey, be advised, next therapist, he is a flirt, he likes to talk, he is a very happy person, he means no harm, but he is going to try to hit on you. And that just sets up the next therapist to know that, okay, I have to watch this out. And then now that builds a track record for that client. Now that saves you from getting in trouble, or them telling on the next therapist and saying some other nonsense. Because once they know that you are squared away and you read these notes, they're not going to try you. But if you don't go over anything, they can try you. They know you're not going to write down anything. They know that you are a pushover. I can get away with this guy or this girl. So go over those notes. Act like you're writing something down. They know you're serious. They know you're not playing around. So, and this is just the massage intake form. You have them sign at the bottom and date it. If there's no date, they can contest that in court. Hey, I don't know what date this happened at. You didn't sign it. If their signature isn't some sort of legible, how they can debate that. Make sure it looks like their name at top in regular plain English, and then down here signature, and you can read it. Don't have them do no chicken scratch. What is that? If that comes to court, how can you read chicken scratch? Just like a doctor's script note. Can you read what those doctors? I don't know how nurses do it. Doctor's script notes, it's just scribbled. Like, how do you know what he wrote? Crazy. All right. So that's that. I wish you much success and much luck, because with me, I almost like cried for a long time thinking about what could happen. And now I have to explain this to my family. Now I have to get this advertised in a massage bulletin, or somebody on YouTube has made a complaint against me and they're actually putting my name on social media. So it's very serious. Or what if I have a government job? What if I have a military job or a state job? Anything that has a pension, a 401k plan, and actual health and dental benefits, you can lose them all. That's why massage therapy, you are one complaint away from losing your career, from losing your sanity, from losing your family, from losing just your mind. It's a great job. It is fun. I enjoy it. But there are a lot of crazies out here. There's always going to be somebody trying to stop you. Don't let them win. Fill out your notes. Do it right. Do it clean. You can always get somebody's number. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying if you did want to, if that person wanted what they want, give them that afterwards, outside of that place. I'm not condoning anything inside the workplace, because yeah, that is your workplace. It is. I know that now. In the beginning, no, I didn't know that. I would take anybody's number that fit my personality or we both got along. If we're compatible, why not? But now I can see that, you know what, we're compatible, but yeah, I know you're gorgeous and everything, but I have to turn you down. We can talk later. We can talk outside. We can go to the car or wherever we're going to go, at home, your place, and then we're fine. But as soon as it happens in your establishment, you're messed up. So use caution, be careful, male or female. It's happening to more and more females nowadays. You have no idea. You need to check your massage board website and you can actually look at the names. There's almost more females than guys these days. And I never thought I would see that. Nope. And these are reputable people, because I know most of them on there, because I was a massage instructor. I've instructed most of them. Especially if you're in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area, you know who I'm talking about. But I don't want to put judgment on them, because I've been there and I've done that. I've been there. I've been in their shoes. So I can't put too much judgment on them, because you are going to be attracted to somebody that you like. You just have to know when to cut it off. Okay, so this is the esthetician side. So for massage therapy, remember, it's just one intake form. That's all you really need. Sign and date, put it back in your file folder, make sure your front desk files it. But even if they don't, that's on them. You gave it to somebody. So for your estheticians, it's the same thing. Your front desk staff, they are supposed to give you a folder. The client comes in, you got your folder, you tell them to fill out the client intake form. It's just a medical history about your skin. Do you have any allergies? Are you under any surgical medication to where it's like gonna affect any type of treatment that I'm going to give you today. Are you on retin A? Are you having any sunburn issues? Like, have you been out in the sun within the last 48 hours? Because I do see a little bit of redness in your face. Because remember, the redness is still affecting their skin. It's still going to probably even get redder. You don't know. You need to see the time frame within 48 hours, maybe even 72 hours. So this client intake form, name, address, telephone numbers, any type of contact information is vital. Medical history again. Do you have hay fever? Are you HIV positive? Do you have AIDS? Do you have herpes? Because remember, right around the mouth area, you got to differentiate herpes from actual pus and acne. It can look similar. Just got to make sure you know what you're doing. Is your thyroid gland? Are you going through any thyroid issues? Ask everything on here, because sometimes people can read this and they skip past it. They forget, like, oh yeah, I am diabetic. Oh yeah, I am, in my 3rd trimester of pregnancy, and I'm asking for a chemical peel. No, we might not be. No. So they'll forget all this, because not everybody's going to know I'm pregnant and I can't get a chemical peel, or I have a sunburn that's almost a 2nd degree burn, or if not a 3rd degree, because I stood out there for 8-10 hours sunbathing, and I'm trying to get a retinol A cream over the counter to use at night. That's crazy. That's going to do way more damage than anything. So you have to read this to your clients and explain it to them. No one's stupid or no one's an idiot. It's just they're not estheticians. They're not skin specialists, just like you are. You are a professional. You know just what the dermatologist knows. Just about. Dermatologists, yes, they are a doctor. They do know more about, doing like a biopsy or a skin, collecting your skin, sending it off, seeing if you have alopecia, or seeing if you have some sort of vitiligo with your skin. Yes, they are good at diagnosing with your skin problems. But you are just as skilled and talented as they are. So your second sheet. Right. Like I said, again, allergies, your skin history, what skin type are you, what is your mother and father's nationality. That's really important, because now you know if you can actually give them a certain type of chemical peel. Look at their eye color. Do they have brown eyes, green eyes, gray eyes, black eyes, brown eyes, light brown? You need to know this stuff. Family history, because then you'll know that, okay, they may look brown right now, but then their mom is mixed, or dad is mixed, or there might be true Caucasian, true Irish, true African, whatever the case may be, Puerto Rican, Swahili, you name it, Filipino. You just don't want to give them a chemical peel just because of their skin tone. They might have an adverse reaction to it. So find out. It's very important. Your next, and it's just question after question. Read over your disclaimers, read over your waxing, your IPL, your photofacials, your Botox, your fillers, dermaplaning, facial peels or chemical peels, facial surgery, mesotherapy, permanent makeup. Make sure they haven't had any of this stuff within like the same day, because there are some people who had a chemical peel down the street, they didn't like it, then they come into your office to get another chemical peel, or they just had permanent makeup on their eyelids. Or you do not want to mix a certain cleanser. Let's just say PCA, for example. The PCA cleanser is very strong. It's like one of the strongest cleansers out there. You putting that on an open wound or open tattoo, that stuff's gonna burn right in there. And think about it, this is the thinnest skin. They just had their eyebrows touched up. Think about it. It's going through the thinnest skin. That's gonna irritate them all day. Water is a thick molecule. Even if you put ice cold water, it's going to feel good on the surface, but that water can't go through. Remember, the peel's already through. It's a smaller molecule. Your chemical peels are so tiny that it's going to go through several layers, going almost to the reticular layer. So remember, you get your epidermis, papular layer, reticular layer. After your reticular layer, you go into subcutaneous, and then your muscle. That's way too far. That's an actual, definitely 3rd degree, going to a 4th degree burn. Know your burn levels. Explain to them what a degree is. Your 1st degree, man, I've been out in the sun for 2 or 3 hours. and I turn bright red. You got like a mild sunburn, right? Explain to them what the second degree is. Like, okay, man, this sun has fried my skin way past the epidermis, going now to the papular layer, to where I can really feel a burn. Like, even if I move or talk or walk, I'm hurting. Second degree. Serious sunburn. Or you touch the iron and you had a little bubble up or a little swollen inflammation bump from touching the stove. Just real quick, just an instant tap, second degree burn. Third degree burn. Man, good grief. The fire or whatever you've been into or chemical peel has actually gone to your reticular layer, if not the subcutaneous layer, your fat, your adipose tissue, which covers your muscle. If not, really, the fire has gone to your muscle. That's a third degree burn. And you could possibly die from that. You can live. Fourth degree, that fire or chemical peel has just strictly gone to your bone. Literally to the marrow of your bone. Like total disintegration of your bone structure. They rarely use a fourth degree burn, but firefighters do. And you need to break it down to them why it's important to know those degrees of burning, especially for a chemical peel. Moving on, your last page of it, you just have them sign and date. This saves a lot of headache because in court they can never refute that. Like, oh, I didn't sign it. No, you did. That's why I took a before and after picture. This is your picture. This is your signature. Hey, we even have camera of you walking into our office. So that's your forms and what you should be signing for just a basic facial or a chemical peel if it has it in there. The one that I have, it has everything. The IPL photofacial for laser treatments, microdermabrasion, dermaplaning, tattooing, permanent makeup, you name it, it's all in one page, so I don't have to worry. But if you wanted to separate things, sorry, sign up sheet. You can have just like if the client comes in, they just want dermaplaning done. Have a dermaplaning consent form. Have them sign and date at the bottom. That's all you need. You are good to go. And as a witness, you can have your signature down there. They can sign, and then you sign right after and put your initials. That's all you need. You can even give them directions. Microdermabrasion directions, chemical peel directions, before and after, post treatments. So now, if they did take you to court, they'll say, well, did Mr. Cato give you post-treatment protocols to treat your face afterwards? Because a lot of clients, this is what they'll do. They'll get a chemical peel. They'll get microdermabrasion, dermaplaning, laser treatments. Very serious treatments. And then go home and fuck around and put a retinol A cream on. Or fuck around and go sun tanning. Or fuck around and really go into a tanning salon or some craziness. Oh yes, I use a lot of curse words because you know it's true. They will really do the worst things to their skin. Or definitely get a whole body laser treatment with the chemical peel and then go into a pool. The pool is full of what? Chlorine. Especially if it's fresh chlorine, where the chlorine, there's a difference between certain chlorines. Some chlorines have been in there for a couple of months, if not years, if they didn't clean it out because it's a big pool. But some pools, when you just open up like after Memorial Day, like May 28th, that's when all the pools open up. That's the freshest chlorine because they just mixed the fresh batch and you just dove right into it. Your skin is so irritated. I can't even go on. So say they come in just for a facial peel, a chemical peel. Have them sign and date. Make sure they read over all the contraindications and things they need to look out for. This is just more stuff. Have your business name at the bottom, which I do here. Have your address, your website address, and your telephone number. So they can, somebody ever says, oh, they didn't give me information. Like, no, I gave you my internet address. It has all the protocols just in case you lose this sheet. Just in case you missed anything. I also have videos to show you how to properly take care of your skin after a chemical peel. It even tells you may be subject to eye injury, scarring, pigmentation problems, milia can form, infection. It actually gives you the definitions to what a cold sore is. Because a lot of people will get a chemical peel which will fry that cold sore up real good. but it doesn't mean it killed it totally. It can actually come back even more, because remember, your skin is now open. Your peel is eating at your skin now. It's more susceptible to that virus coming back and wreaking havoc on your new skin cells, and actually come back even as a worse pattern. So explain to them what can happen and go on. Just signing and dating these pages. Consent form if you're doing waxing. Waxing, you would think you're just putting on that wax, ripping it off, and all the hair hurts. That's about the only thing. No, you can have some wax where people have bumps afterwards. They are sensitive to the wax that you used, or you used the wrong wax on them. You use some cheap wax. Get them to sign. I've worked in a lot of places where they don't even have a wax consent form at all, and I do mean reputable places, reputable dermatologist offices. They don't even have this. So just because someone says they're Dr. So-and-so, or they have their own clinic or profession, does not mean that they are a professional. Does not mean that they are a true businessman or true businesswoman. Most of these people have family-owned businesses where the mother and dad, or they borrowed money from mommy and daddy, trust fund babies, or they married into wealth, or the husband and wife double team type nonsense, corporation type owned franchises where it's the husband and wife team always and forever. Almost every place I worked in has always had a husband and wife team, and that could be sometimes good, but it's most likely always bad, because they are not estheticians, they're not massage therapists, they're not laser technicians, they're not dermatologists, they're not doctors. They are just owners. They had enough money to borrow from the bank and open up a franchise. They don't know about the books. They don't know how their profit and loss statements are. They have no idea what an EIN number is. Your employer identification number. They have no idea how many employees they have. They don't even know when your birthday is. They don't even know a proper filing system. It's crazy how businesses are ran without proper paperwork. And I have no idea how they're not getting sued, or they're not out of business. They're paying somebody off. And I do think that they have to be paying somebody off, because I think it's easier for a state or government or these massage boards, esthetician boards, to take money from them, fine them with a little small infraction. Because think about it, they would rather have somebody mess up just a little bit without these forms and stuff and pay out of pocket, because they're getting revolving money, residual money. They don't care. As long as they're not putting a knife through somebody's eye, or strangling somebody while they're asleep, or peeing on somebody, you know what I mean? Something really, really stupid, crazy, and it's several complaints like that that's very serious, then it's not bad. They can handle being sued several times, because they could just pay out of pocket. Oh, this person only wants $5,000, give it to them. They make $5,000 in an hour from maybe 2 or 3 therapists, or I'm sorry, not 2 or 3, but at least 10 therapists or more. So if they're charging $150, and you have, on that 5 o'clock hour, you have 10 therapists working at the same time. So 150 times 10, they're making money. They're making a lot of money. So they may have it in 2 hours or 3. You know what I mean? But give or take, they've already made that $5,000 in an hour or 2 or 3 hours or whatever. If they sold product, they're gonna get their money. So that's what I don't like about these corporations, and they're not doing the right things by filling these forms out. They don't care about you too much. They don't care if you've given them a list of things for the client to do. You're supposed to do that. You are on your own. Always treat your businesses, or the business that you work at, as if everybody is your enemy. Everybody is not your friend. They're only your friend until you know that they're your friend. And even then, you have to watch out. They are out here to use you. They don't want to see pretty much anybody succeed, because we live in a time in a society where everybody hates on everybody, except for the few and the proud. Just like the Marines. I'm a Marine. The few and the proud. How many Marines are there that go to war? Maybe 300,000. We're not even that big. We're an organization of maybe 500,000. But then you have the Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard. They have close to like 1 million troops per department. 800,000 to 1 million. But as a Marine, we're few and proud. We're 300,000 to maybe 500,000 if you include the reservists. So that's what you are. You are the few and you are the proud. You know, you gotta kick ass, take names any way you can. Fuck everybody. There are no rules. Stop playing nice. Don't play patty cake, hold people's hands, walk them down the aisle. Get that. Take long showers and shit. No. You have to survive.